So, you want to start creating more professional content, but you don't have any gear at all and you're on a budget. So what should you do? Hello, my name's Renee and welcome to my channel. First and foremost, you're gonna need a camera. Cameras are the most essential part of your setup because without a camera, you can't film anything. Duh. You can honestly use just about any camera that you can find, but if you want to make it look more professional, then your camera must at least be able to shoot in full HD 1080p. This make the footage look crispy. Well, lucky for you, because as of right now, cameras and equipment have never been this cheap. But with that said, cameras are generally expensive to your average consumer, so expect this purchase to hurt your wallet. Trust me. It hurts. But you gotta realize that buying a camera is a good investment. We live in a primarily digital world now, so if you really dedicate yourself with your camera and your gear, you can probably make that money back pretty quickly. Most cameras nowadays can actually shoot in full HD, so you're really only gonna have to focus on finding a camera that fits your budget and your necessities. When buying a camera, your first challenge is probably gonna be, what brand should I go for? And honestly, it doesn't matter. People like to argue all the time about which brand is better. Is it Nikon? Is it Canon? Sony? Blah, 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 blah. Forget it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it's true that cameras have advantages and disadvantages when compared to their peers, but in truth, they're all capable of reaching the same end goal. Although I will say that I personally prefer Canon cameras because they're a lot easier to use, the color science is a lot better, and they just have a lot of options for the lenses. But if we look at other cameras like Sony cameras, they are way better in low light conditions, and they have way better auto-focusing systems. I personally recommend anyone watching this video to do your research. Like seriously, any camera that you come across that you think looks cool or is interesting, research it. But here are some of my personal recommendations. If you're looking for something really affordable, then I would say go with a GoPro. I know that sounds a little weird because GoPros are meant for like sports and like crazy adventures and stuff like that, but GoPros are really cheap. They're really reliable, they're very sturdy, and their picture quality is actually pretty good. So if you're just starting out and you just want something that's affordable and easy to use, then go with a GoPro. Or for a few more $100s, you can go to the Sony a6000 or my personal favorite pick, the Canon EOS M50. I am a Canon fanboy, but that Canon EOS M50 has so much to offer for such a little price. If you're willing to spend even more money, then I recommend getting something more professional, something like the Canon EOS R or RP, the Sony a7 III, or even the Blackmagic Design Pocket series. Those are just a few options that I've dabbled with before in the past, but just keep in mind that I don't know absolutely everything about cameras and I could totally be wrong about something, so just please, again, do your research. Okay, so once you have your camera, next thing you want to get is something that you can edit your content on. Honestly, a lot of people go out and try to buy these super expensive computers just to be able to edit videos on. While that's a good option if you can afford it, I honestly don't think you need much to edit videos. For the longest time before I had a nice expensive Mac, I was editing on any laptop that I can find, on my phone, tablets, whatever. You won't really need to go out and buy a computer dedicated to editing until you start editing like 4K or even higher quality stuff. I'm not hating on going out and buying a computer for editing because I have one, but if you don't have the money for it, then just worry about your camera and figure out the editing part later. Most cameras nowadays are enabled by Wi-Fi, which means you can transfer all your stuff onto your phone or tablet, which means if you have editing apps on your phone, you can totally just edit on your phone. Okay, so now you have your camera and now you have what you need to edit. Once you have those two things, the rest of the equipment you will ever need will slowly come as you progress and get more experience. There's absolutely no need to start buying everything all at once because I promise you, you're not going to use a lot of it all at once. Trust me, I know, I did this. And it was expensive. The only things that I would put on the top of your list to buy as soon as possible are a microphone, a tripod, and some kind of lighting. But once you have those three things, I would honestly just wait to spend money on any other gear. Once you have more experience and hopefully when you're making money out of this, then you can start buying all the fancy gadgets. But with that said, once you're actually starting to buy all the extra things like the rigs, the sliders, gimbals, whatever, I recommend for you guys to go on Amazon or any other kind of online store because you can find some really affordable options. If you only go to walk-in stores like Best Buy or your local photography store, that stuff is going to be crazy expensive. You're going to look at something and you're going to be like, oh man, that's probably only like 30 bucks. Nope, it's 400. Photography and videography are very niche hobbies and professions, so everything's really expensive. I personally buy most of my gear from a brand called Neewer. They have a huge collection of affordable gear that's actually not crappy at all. For what they're charging you, the gear that they sell is very sturdy. My personal favorite thing to buy from them are like these little LED boxes. They cost like $20, $25. They comes with 2 of them, and you can set them up anywhere, and they're super powerful, and they're very well built for what they are. So I recommend them if you're ready to start buying your gear but still want to save some money. But that's pretty much it. I hope I was able to help someone out there, and if I did end up helping you somehow, then please let me know down below. And if you have any like questions or any video requests or anything you guys need help with, please let me know. So yeah, I like talking about cameras, and I like testing my knowledge to see how much I've learned throughout the years. So this is probably what most of my channel is gonna look like. So if you like this type of content or just want to see what I have next, then just make sure to subscribe and do whatever you guys do down there in the comment sections or whatever. Thanks for watching my video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.